Oh boy, I'm gonna call the maid service. I'm too scared. I'm kidding.
Hey everyone, welcome back to more Persona 5 Royal. I'm SlayerMathis, and last time we did confidant stuff, including mainly just kind of talking with Takemi. We talked with Ryuji a bit. We just kind of did stuff. Did you see the news about Wild Duck Burger? Stuff like that happening makes me not want to eat there ever. There's just no excuse for it. Besides, that guy saying he doesn't remember doing it, right? I don't feel bad about it at all. I think they had some news about how, like, some dude was doing some weird stuff with a duck or something. I don't know. The lone pirate ship sails forward, forging its own path through the crashing waves. The Pirate Captain Kid, huh? Ryuji should read this book. But Ryuji can't even read.
Hey.
I'm hilarious, I know. We'll continue some other time. The other time is now! Oh, I was hoping we'd get a spot on the train.
I want to ask you something. Why did Mr. Kamoshida change all of a sudden? Is that your hypothesis? It's still too sudden. I believe it's only natural to think that something must have caused it. Well, that's fine. Thanks for your valuable opinion. I'll take it into account.
I mean, declining to answer is just putting a massive target on your back, so... I think we did the smart thing.
Well then. Hey!
What do we got? Oh, well... It seems as though we don't really have a choice. We're going to Mementos!
There's pollen in the air?
So first, let's just view our requests. Just look for a perfect day for us to go into Mementos. Check our intel.
Listen up.
Intel's a cowardly kid who carries out atrocities using bullies under his control. He's one behind the guy Takanashi, whose heart changed before as well. Been blackmailing people with videos they don't want to be made public.
Listen up.
Then there's a cat abduction person.
Yeah.
So, out we go.
Okay, let's go.
Because again, we don't really have a choice at this point. So let me just... Alright. One thing that I always like, well, okay, I've only done it the one time, but it's going to become a recurring trend with me, is that I'm going to often talk about the voice actors in games.
Well then.
And we'll just start from the beginning, pick up stamps as we go along the way. So, right now, I'm going to use this first entry into Mementos, the first proper entry in Mementos, to talk about the voice actors of this game. This game has a really good cast, for the okay, everyone is well. A lot of them really well known for a bunch of things, but let's just start off right away. Joker is voiced by Xander Mobus, who we have seen before in Trails of Cold Steel as Michael Gideon, aka G. In addition, he's Meltiyasu from The Rising of the Shield Hero, as well as Master Hand, Crazy Hand, and the announcer in Smash Bros. Unique to Nuke, we do have someone with Nuke, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. May as well pick up a Regent. Moving down the list of what other characters we just have in our party, Morgana is voiced by Cassandra Lee Morris, who, again, we have seen in Trails of Cold Steel as Fee, as well as Princess Elfin. In addition, she voices Lifa or Sugaha Kirigaya in Sword Art Online, voices the medic Karen Stewart in Valkyria Chronicles 4, Saber Claudius in Fate, whichever Fate it is, there's so many Fates, Aoi Asahina and Angi Yonezawa, I think it's Yonezawa, it's been a little bit since I played V3, from Danganronpa, Kyubey in Madoka Magica, Taiga in the English dub of Toradora, Ritsu in Keion, and Amber in Rune Factory 4. I am just going through As well as looking up to actually play the game still. Our next one that we picked up was Max Middleton, who voices Ryuji. Let me just... It'll be fine, we can... Max Middleton has... Oh. He voices Filbo in Bugsnax. Red 7, Red 8, sorry. I know how to count. In the Final Fantasy VII Remake, that's where I got it screwed up. Saitama in One Punch Man. The main character in Valkyria Chronicles 4, Claude Wallace. Shiro in Fate Apocrypha. King, the Deadly Sin of Sloth in 7 Deadly Sins. Leo, Caden, and Forrest in Fire Emblem Fates, and we've also seen him in Trails of Cold Steel as Captain Lecter, Milliam's cohort within the Ironbloods. Our next voice actor, as our next party member that we picked up, was An Takamaki, who is voiced by Erica Harlacher. She voices Venti in the game Genshin Impact, which at time of definitely also at time of upload, really burst onto the scene. I don't think it was a thing when I first started the Trails of Cold Steel Let's Play, but whatever. She was Violet Evergarden in Violet Evergarden, Leonardo da Vinci in Fate Go, or Fate Grand Order. Fate Go is just the easier way to say that. Joan of Arc in Fate Apocrypha, Yumeko in Kakagurui, who I think is the main character. I haven't actually seen Kakagurui, but it's on my watch list. I am screwing up where I am in my order, so they're all weak to fire. So there's our Miragi. Where am I? She's also Kaede Akamatsu, as well as Kyoko Kirigiri in the Danganronpa series. Kaede being in V3, Kirigiri in the original. There's also Elizabeth Leonis in 7 Deadly Sins, which is Ami in Toradora. So interesting that we have both Ami and Taiga in the same one, as well as Sakura Yamauchi, who is the main female character in the movie I Want to Eat Your Pancreas, which I really, really need to watch, just in my opinion. Next up with our party members is the last one that we currently have, that being Yusuke. Yusuke is voiced by Matt Mercer, who is not necessarily most well known, but pretty well known for being the usual DM in Critical Role. Of course, right now, I'm actually finally catching up with Critical Role, and he's not the DM for that one, but whatever. He also voices Levi Ackerman in Attack on Titan, Goro Majima in Yakuza, Jotaro Kujo in JoJo, Trafalgar Law in One Piece, Chrom and Ryoma in the Fire Emblem series, McCree in Overwatch, Kanji in Persona 4, Jack Cooper in Titanfall 2, who is the main character of Titanfall 2, Leon in Resident Evil, Silver in Fairy Tail, as well as the voice of both George Gnome and Oliver, Prince Oliver of Erabonia in Trails of Cold Steel. Moving on to our villains, we have encountered 2 so far, that being Kamoshida and Madarame. So let's start off with Kamoshida. And we'll also just start off with Nagaru. Kamoshida was voiced by DC Douglas, who was the voice of both Rufus as well as Valimar in Trails of Cold Steel, as well as voicing Legion in Mass Effect, who is one of the best characters. I love Legion. Yoshikage Kira in JoJo, Wesker in Resident and Wesker in Resident Evil. Of course, obviously, these guys pretty much everyone here will have other roles than just what I have talked about, but, you know, these are just the ones that I find the most notable. Madarame is voiced by Kyle Hebert, who is Wesker in Resident Evil, Big the Cat in Sonic, Kaito, I forget what Kaito's last name is, Kaito as well as Kazuichi Soda in Danganronpa, Edgeworth in Ace Attorney, as well as Frederick, Valadar, and Valbar in Fire Emblem, as well as probably most well known for being Son Gohan in the Dragon Ball series. Moving on with our story, our lovely, our lovely Master of the Velvet Rooms, Igor, is voiced by David Lodge. who is Geralt in Fire Emblem Three Houses, Jiraiya in Dragon Ball, Hitler in Persona 2. Yes, that was an actual thing. Hitler was in Persona 2. Weird game, let me tell you. As well as Kenpachi in Bleach.
Nice work, team.
The Twin Wardens are voiced by Kari Karanen, who is Mahiru in Mahiru. I think, well, Mahiru doesn't really matter. It's kind of the same. In Danganronpa, again, I forget her last name. Also, because of Pollen Warden, sometimes the enemies are asleep. Gilia, or Gila, I forget, I don't know exactly how to pronounce it. It's been a while since I've watched, but in Seven Deadly Sins, where am I at? She's Kiryuin in Kill la Kill, as well as the teacher in the main teacher in Toradora, Mami Tomoe in Madoka Magica, and we have seen her before on this channel in Trails of Cold Steel, where she is the voice of Sarah Valentine.
What's that shadow so dim?
Oh, well,
Guess we ought to play along.
bored.
Damn it.
Why you?
Should have just gone with not letting him do that. Oh well. Sojiro is voiced by James Price. Of course, Sojiro, our lovely
Nice work, team.
foster father.
Okay.
He's our guardian, our legal guardian at least.
Okay, we're done. Hurry
Voiced
up,
by Jameson
come
Bright,
on.
who is Nier Gestalt in the Nier series, which, as of this time, recently got its remake. Nemesis, Rudolph, and Varian in Fire Emblem 3, just Fire Emblem in general. He voices the king in Rising of the Shield Hero. I am really struggling with my words right now. Dreyfus in Seven Deadly Sins, Iskandar in Fate Zero, Heihachi in Tekken, Lubu in Dynasty Warriors, and Viscount Arcade in Trails of Cold Steel. Again, a lot of people in Trails of Cold Steel, which brings us to our next one, that being the voice of Machina, Sean Shiplock, who of course is Reem in that game. He also voices Subaru in ReZero, Revali in Breath of the Wild, Diluc in Genshin Impact, Mista in JoJo, Martaro, as well as Ishimaru in Danganronpa, and he is Santa in Zero Escape, the Nonary games. Abby Trott in Royal. I must specify that. Oh,
Mementos
it's
hasn't been
dark
like
right
this.
now,
You mean?
so we
Anyway,
won't
I
actually be
should've-
able to...
Joker.
So we won't have a mini-map,
See it.
and also we will have a little bit more difficult of enemies.
Ooh, lucky.
Treasure Demon there, might as well pick it up. Where was I at? Okay, in Royal, Takemi is, again, Royal exclusively, Takemi is voiced by Abby Trott. Abby Trott is well known for being the singer of Lifelight, the theme of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. She was also Nezuko in Demon Slayer, Rico in Kuroko's Basketball, which that's just a show that I watch. I like it. I'm basically going off of series that I know are popular or shows that are ones that I know. So
That was a little too easy.
yeah. Annette in Fire Emblem Three Houses. Where am I at now? Veronica in Veronica Leonis in Seven Deadly Sins, as well as Maya Fey in the Ace Attorney games. Definitely having a little bit of trouble. They're all regions, so getting it bust through here. That's Locke's not really worth it. Just keep on going through.
Don't fiddle with anything in there.
There we go. Where am I at? Our homeroom teacher,
All right.
the good old Kawakami, is voiced by Michelle Ruff. She was Sinon in Sword Art Online, mainly in Sword Art Online 2. Luna, Sailor Luna, Luna the Cat in Sailor Moon. Robin and Noir in Fire Emblem.
Then
Our target is on this floor, by the way. Saber in Fate UBW, Unlimited Blade Works, whatever. Yukari in Persona 3. Cream the Rabbit in Sonic, as well as Yoko Littner in Gurren Lagann. Moving on with our people that we know already. We get Flo, which is our attack up, which is fine. Marion is weak to Thunder.
Cover you. There.
Marky is voiced by Billy Kametz, who is Ferdinand in Fire Emblem Three Houses, now Fumi in Shield Hero, the main white blood cell in Cells at Work, as well as Josuke in
That's all.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. Now we get to one that's one of the weirder ones that we don't really know all too much, that really hasn't done all too much, that being the voice of Josei, Olivia Hack, who really, as far as I can tell, has pretty much only done this, which is interesting.
Oh.
It's Kota Shadow, and he's the guy behind all the bullying, so let's just take him down now.
Listen.
Think you can blame me for what I've done? It's a dog world, moron, did you hear?
What was that?
So, yeah, basically, he's the predator, we're the prey. He has the very evil looking as Jack Frost. For other characters that we have met, I'll let you understand what survival of the fittest truly means. I'll devour you!
Pillow fort.
There's just him with the shining arrows. Oh. Oh, very convenient. I don't actually know that. Kasumi, who we just learned the name of, is voiced by Laura Post, who doesn't really have ultimate roles, mainly being Catherine in Fire Emblem Three Houses, as well as Noizumi in Love Live. I forgot the name of the show for a moment, that even though I had just seen it, or just saw it on here. Our lovely, lovely detective that is currently in the process of trying to get us convicted of many crimes is Sai, is voiced by Elizabeth Maxwell, who is Urbosa in Breath of the Wild, Psycho in Yakuza Like a Dragon, Rosaria in Genshin Impact, Albedo in Overlord, Mira in Attack on Titan, and Midnight in My Hero Academia. EY, who we have a little bit of interaction with, we haven't unlocked his confidant yet, but because we're too much of a fraidy cat, is voiced by Kaiji Tang, who we know as Gaius Warzel in Trails of Cold Steel. He also voices Ichiban in Yakuza Like a Dragon, Joe in Megalobox, Gonta and Hagakura in Danganronpa, Hendrickson in Seven Deadly Sins, Vegeta in Dragon Ball, Owain in Fire Emblem, as well as Archer in Fate Stay Night.
Level up.
We roll up to level 19, and we keep going. I'm not a loser. I'm strong, aren't I? Not because you're weak. No. Yeah, I know I'm pathetic. And out he goes. Get the evil snow crystal. And I believe that's actually it for the characters that we've met so far. Obviously, there will be characters later. Well, okay. We've met some characters, but we don't know their names quite yet. We might as well go with Makoto. That girl who's always been on her tail about everything. Makoto's voiced by Shirami Lei, who is Rhea and Mei in Fire Emblem, as well as the main red blood cell in Cells at Work. Let me just heal up everyone there. Also voices Sailor Venus in Sailor Moon, Asuna Yuki in Sword Art Online, Lucy in Fairy Tail, as well as A2 in Nier Automata, and Kamaru Naegi in Danganronpa. What's that one? Ultimate Despair Girls. I forget what that one's always called because it's a really weird name. But, I mean, hey, 20 minutes of talking about voice actors. When we meet more characters, the next time that we go into Mementos, I'll talk about them, but just for the time being, I'll just leave it at this. Going into Area 6, and we'll get this target in the next episode. So, until then, see you guys soon.